and welcome to Newsday from the BBC World Service with Nkemi Fejika and Alan Kasudi.
The International Criminal Court says it will investigate violence in Burundi. We'll be live at The Hague.
Somaliland is holding presidential elections. We'll try and find out what the issues are for this self-declared state.
And we'll hear from African musician Angelique Kidjo. She's talking about the fight for women's rights and why the younger generation is giving her lots of hope. That's all coming up on this edition of Newsday, but first the latest world news.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. President Trump has made a hard-hitting speech at the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Vietnam, telling assembled business and political leaders that the US will not be taken advantage of anymore. He said he would always put US interests first and expected them to reciprocate, but without product dumping, intellectual property theft or currency manipulation. Pressure is mounting on the Republican politician Roy Moore to abandon efforts to represent Alabama in the US Senate after he was accused of sexual misconduct with a child in the 1970s. The White House and Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell says Mr. Moore should abandon the Senate race if the allegations are true. Australia's Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has called on 600 men refusing to leave its former offshore detention centre in Papua New Guinea to go before they're forcibly moved. The local authorities have given the asylum seekers until Saturday to move to alternative centres. A Supreme Court judge in Spain has said the Speaker of the Catalan Parliament can be released on bail pending an investigation into her role in the banned push for independence. Carme Forcadella will be required to post bail of $170,000. The British Prime Minister Theresa May has warned potential rebels in the governing Conservative Party that she would not tolerate any attempt to block Britain's departure from the European Union. In a newspaper article, she said no one should doubt the determination to deliver Brexit. The US drugs regulator, the DEA, has announced new measures designed to stem the country's synthetic opioid epidemic. It's reclassifying chemically altered versions of fentanyl to give them the same criminal status as heroin. Cutbacks in the prescription of legal opioids over the past 2 years have driven addicts towards fentanyl-based drugs. BBC News.